Jürgen, you understand it's the first time that two 18-year-olds have scored in the same game for Liverpool's history. The platform for that probably Gallagher's saves in the first half as well, even Joe Gomez playing in an unfamiliar role tonight. So what really stood out for you?
All of that, and all of it was obviously incredibly important to win the game against the Southampton team, who we would have had problem with anyway, but in our specific situation it was absolutely clear. We tried to give as many informations, but not too many because of the characteristic of the team, of the lineup, to them, and we had to improve during the game. So having so I would say the last line obviously is a settled last line, goalie, Cruyff, I think we all know how good he is. But then Joey on 6, two 19-year-old on 8, an 18-year-old on the left wing, and then Cody and Harvey, who in other circumstances would have never played. Because we just have Harvey played 120 minutes a few minutes ago. So what these two boys did there is absolutely incredible. First 15 minutes, I don't know exactly, we were all over the place. We tried to press because the boys know I want that we press. Just the timing was horrendous. And Southampton obviously used that. Southampton had momentum, Southampton had big chances. We've had to make saves. But step by step, we found a way into the game. High press got better, midfield press not that early. For midfield press, I think we needed more the half time and a little bit of luck and good defending in the last line, but that's fine. Half time, we could then obviously the goal we scored is in a nearly perfect moment. It was a little bit, you need to ask Russell or the Southampton, I think it felt a little bit like a momentum change. So they had it obviously. And we got a little bit of foot into the game, and then we scored this wonderful goal, which was an exceptional finish of Lewis. So an 18-year-old boy playing on the left wing against a senior player is really a team with not a lot of patterns, let me say it like that, is tricky. But staying in the game for this moment just shows that he's a real striker. So, because the goal is exceptional, to step in and then he shoots before the goalie can really settle, stuff like this. Really good finish. Yeah, could adjust in half time, and then second half, obviously, the midfield press was much better. That's helped. And we had now the momentum rather than Southampton. We won a lot of high balls and scored wonderful goals. The play was special. Where we won the balls was special. Everything was then special, and then obviously, yeah, something like that, as impossible as it seems, can happen.
What does it say about Jayden Dance as well? Characteristics as a striker. Lovely dink finish for the first, but the second one on the move, following in, showing those kind of striking instincts as well.
And the striking instincts, there's no doubt about that. So yeah, there's no youth level where you don't have that. We have 10-year-olds with a striking instinct, but and he showed in the final that he arrives in the right moment. So he was there 3 times in a final. Your first, okay, not the first, no, the second outing for your boyhood club. And you're up 3 times, and with a bigger, longer toe, he probably scores already in the final. So that he is there is cool. That the goals have the same sizing and the youth department is cool as well, because that's why in a situation like that, chipping is really good. Unfortunately, I can tell you now already, in his career he will miss chances as well. That will happen, and probably in similar situations. But for now, I cannot imagine how this week must feel for the boys. It feels pretty good for me. But I know about all the problems we have around as well. They don't have to care about that, so they can just fly, and they deserve that. And it's a week of the academy, and I'm so happy to mention them again, just because it's exceptional. We should not forget Trey Neoni came on tonight. That looked promising as well. not in the squad because injured, Ben Doak, who had already a few really good games for us, and Stevan Bacetic, same age group, were good. So there is a lot to come. Connor we don't mention anymore in these circumstances. Kwanzaa we don't mention anymore in these circumstances. So it's pretty special what's happening. It's really difficult because we have unfortunately too many games for not enough players. But so far we found somehow a solution, and we have to keep doing that. We have to create, when we play here, an atmosphere which is super special. The people thankfully did that again and loved it. It was not a game in the first half where you can be ecstatic all the time, but the support we got, the feeling the people created, this positive vibe was super class. I loved it really in the second half. Then it was easier to go for it. We did that. That was top. And in away games, we need whoever comes with us needs to try to push from a corner or whatever in the stadium to do that because it's tricky. Yeah? So we will see who can play on Saturday. It's unfortunately really not a lot of time. They play tonight as well, I know. So let's see.
You know, Mo, Darwin, no.
I don't know.
Richard?
Just on Ben Doak, I mean, he just seems to have that ability to get into space in the box in the way that one of your sort of finest forwards do, sort of sniff out an opening.
Did you say Ben Doak?
Oh, sorry, Jaden Dan.
Oh. Just probably can speak about Ben as well. So I understand 100% to like that, but it's a little bit like with the new darts sensation. Like obviously, yeah. I mean, so like we start now, and it's fine for tonight, absolutely. But from tomorrow on, leave the boys in the corner, please. And don't ask where they're now, where they're now, where they're now. They have a lot to improve, a lot to learn. And everybody who's with us should now just make sure they will have their moments. And in a moment with our squad situation, they will have more moments than they ever have expected, probably. So that's one thing. The other thing is exceptional talents. Of course, it's not natural that a boy, when 18 years old, comes in that situation, is just calm as you like and chips the ball there. The second goal I would have expected from him because he has that in him, that he really arrives there in these moments. He saw when Connor shot, he was hoping, when Connor finished the situation, he was hoping that the goalie cannot save it. First, yes, it's exceptional, but we said a couple of times that the future doesn't look that bad. So maybe the people don't forget it in a moment when the transfer window opens. There are a couple of pretty promising players already here. Don't close the door for them with 12 signings or whatever. But now, Joe Gomez saved our life in that part until now 20 times, and the kids kept us in the competition. So we can talk about the boys for the next 4 hours if you want, but the real story today, is, besides the goals, is actually Joe Gomez. Because as it was he played today, I never saw. For the first time on that position in the middle of the park with chaos around him because nothing was settled, I couldn't respect it more.
Mark?
Hi.
You have been listing essentially teenagers that are not only gaining minutes but already a trophy. How have you and the club created such a healthy environment for such a difficult task in football, which is to find the right timing for the kids to grow?
When I'm not involved in the timing, to be honest, too much because we had to use them because we don't have other players. So I would like to say we waited 5 years and now they are, when you saw them first time when they were 13, I said in February 2024 we will bring them. So we have a very, very good and a very close relationship with the academy for the obvious reasons. You all know that with Tomatos, Alex, Barry, Mark, we have a really close relationship. We actually work in the same building, just on different sides. The way Liverpool wants to play is clear as well. I mean, it's a specific day a few years ago. It's probably was set up by me, but it's not. The club needs to agree on that. I cannot stand in the academy every day on a training pitch and say we do that in training. Everybody bought into that. That's the best news. Because it's not about how you play, it's about you, because there might be different styles, different ways, but you have to make sure that these exceptional talents understand that a football game starts with defending. Because they're all talented, otherwise they would not play for Liverpool. But it's in the youth department, it's a little bit like that. You can really be much better than the opponent. That doesn't happen that often in adult football, to be honest. And that's you have to be ready for that. And I saw that today, that the boys make really big steps. So how is that? With Trey, you can see there's absolutely nobody. Really, just I don't know what his weight is, to be honest. But when he is on the ball, he is very mature. That's all cool. But yeah, we have to. They have to develop a lot, pretty much everything, and they grow still. They grow still, and it's special. And of course, it's for me strange as well. I never had that before. That you play with that many kids and still can win football games. It's a really interesting experience, to be honest. Yeah, close before the finishing line, I saw that as well. So I'm really thankful for that.
Gentleman, half and last one, very back.
Yeah, can I just ask you what you made of Southampton? Because you spoke quite strongly about the Championship as a league. And what did you make of their performance? Do you think they've kind of got the elements that can get back into the Premier League?
I'm not here to put I know a little bit about the situation at the table, so it's probably pretty tight, isn't it? But yes, of course. You can see the direction is absolutely right. That's obvious. The way Russell wants to play is obvious. They do really well, but there are some risks in it, let me say it like that. So you have to get used to it more and more and more. And if they go up, I don't even, how is that? It's not me to decide if they get promoted or not, but if they stay another year in the Championship and can work on that, they will win much more football games than the Premier League, that maybe it's more settled. Who knows? So the future looks, for me, from my point of view, pretty positive as well. So, but I wouldn't call myself an expert after watching the last 3 games of them.
Last one, very back.
Hi again.
Hi.
How impressed have you been with current Liverpool performances in recent weeks after Alisson's injury?
With who?
Kelleher.
Oh, didn't I say that loud enough? I love it. Said it before, said it last year, said it 2 years ago. Said it very often, actually. There's an exception goalkeeper. Goalkeepers need rhythm. There was the situation in the summer, obviously. Queef knows. He is a confident boy. He knows that he can play in other teams. But here's Alisson Becker, the number 1. We gave him the European League games. I think that's makes a real difference, because it was Carabao Cup and the European League games. Don't know exactly how many there are, 10, 12 already. Then unfortunately Ali got injured, so he had to play and got the rhythm. And now you can see what Queef is. And we had the game against Fulham, I think, when the 2 goals he conceded, he looked a bit unlucky. And said after the game, I spoke to a goalie department, to Ali as well, that's a problem of the way we want to beat it, we want the goalies have. So front-footed, step into it. And when he stepped in, Harry Wilson was there with the toe. Ball goes through his hand. Everybody says, oh, he's not a good goalie. He's an exceptional goalie. But even them make mistakes from time to time. Thank God he didn't make one tonight, because that kept us in the game. Both games, call it the Queef Kelleher games, because without him in that shape and Ali injured, we wouldn't have won the Carabao Cup, and we wouldn't have won definitely tonight. But that's the goalie's job as well.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. See you.